So I'm back, and I still don't have anything new. I don't have any new formers. Mostly because, third-party figures are expensive, and Hasbro just hasn't released anything new that I've been able to find anyway that's really appealing. As I've said before, I live in Denver, and we always seem to get the shipments last, if at all. Usually they will show up, but still haven't seen Whirl anywhere. And as much as I really like the look of that figure, he's not one that I'm going to be like, I'm going to buy him on eBay or pre-order him on TF Source and wait 6 months for him to come in or whatever. So if I see him in the store, I'll buy him. Anyway. So today we're going to, and remember, if you guys want to see me do a re-review on anybody, let me know. I'll be happy to. I'm debating on doing a re-review on my Grimlocks, because I have 3 different versions of Grimlock. Yeah, we'll see. If you guys are interested in something like that, I've been kind of thinking about it for a while now. Yeah, everyone else has got the new movie Grimlock, and I was like, maybe I should do some Grimlock reviews. I saw one. I saw promo pictures of one with the Energon Grimlock. So big, kind of interesting. So, anyway, kind of more or less turning this into a vlog, but that's not what it's meant to be. Because today we are going to review Transformers the movie. So, this is the Michael Bay. When was this? 2007? Yeah, 2007. 2007 Michael Bay comes with the slipcover. Single disc. So the plot of the movie was Transformers at a war, as they always do. The Cube, the Allspark, which was power source for the Transformers, was lost, and they're trying to find it. Blah blah blah. It's a decent plot. Not something that I was like, not as compelling as some other Transformer story arcs. This gives them an excuse to fight, an excuse to be on Earth. But personally, I thought the first story arc was the best, where they crash landed on Earth in the arc. And even in the Beast Wars, where they were fighting each other and they crash landed on Earth, I thought that was a better plot than the Cube conveniently landing on Earth. But anyway, there's some really awesome action sequences in here. It starts out with Blackout leveling a base, which was cool. And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I like watching the death of a bunch of soldiers. I'm not saying something like that. No, I'm just saying that it was a great sequence. I enjoyed that fight scene. We got Shia LaBeouf, Boff, however you say it, I don't care. He's the main human and trying to, he's trying to just figure out what's going on in the situation, I guess. and he buys the Camaro Bumblebee, and antics ensue. All around, I thought it was I thought it was a pretty decent movie. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't as strong as it could have been, and I'll get into that more in the spoiler section of the video. So I thought it was it's a good intro into the Transformers, or the Bayformers world. So yeah. I would say I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm comfortable with a 7 out of 10. You know, it's a fun movie, but it's not everything I wanted. So from this point on, we're going to be talking about spoilers, and you know, my big problem with this movie is that you get that awesome action sequence at the beginning of the movie with Blackout versus the Army. You have Scorponok stalking the surviving Army guys, and you see that kind of come out once or twice. Well, once, really. And then you have an off-screen battle between Bumblebee and Barricade, and the humans are attacked by Frenzy. Kind of a cat and mouse game between the Autobots and the government, and you don't get the real fight in between the Autobots and Decepticons till the end of the movie. That's one of my problems. It's called Transformers. It's not called Humans. The Humans had a much more deeper plot than the Transformers did, and that's really, really crap. I went to see big robots fighting big robots, not humans yelling and screaming and trying to get laid. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy that part of the movie. I'm just saying I would have enjoyed the movie more if it focused on what the title was, not humans with giant robots in the background. That's what this should be called. Humans with giant robots in the background. And other issues I have, you see Blackout and Scorponok in the beginning of the movie. You see Barricade and Frenzy. They're running around doing their thing. But we don't see really any other Decepticons until the last 10 minutes. And the Autobots, for the most part, Bumblebee does a few things, and Optimus Prime says a few things, but you really don't see the Autobots do anything till the last few minutes of the movie. I don't even have to go in more on the plot. I went over to the entire plot. Everyone's trying to fight over this cube. And it really, if you know that, you can watch the last maybe 15-20 minutes of the movie and you're good. That's all you need to watch, really. They're the most fun parts, and the most enjoyable parts, I thought. Now, in sequence, you have Optimus Prime, and he's being a badass. He decapitates Bone Crusher pretty much right off the bat. And then he becomes like he wants to become some sort of martyr. He thinks that shoving the Energon, or the Allspark into him, which would kill both him and the Allspark, he thinks that would solve the problems. Which it wouldn't. It would just mean now Megatron is really pissed off and he has nobody to fight him in a human city. And I'm pretty sure Megatron would have just killed everybody in the city and taken over the world anyway. Why not? Why would I thought Optimus Prime, like, this is one of the weakest showings Optimus Prime I've ever seen. This was actually kind of pathetic. Yeah, he killed one robot, but he kind of got his ass kicked by Megatron a bunch of times, and then Sam, who's Shia LaBeouf's character, he's the one that ends up putting the energon, or putting the Allspark into Megatron's chest and killing Megatron. Sam did it, not Optimus. Blackout got killed by humans. Brawl got killed by humans and Bumblebee working together. And Ironhide and Ratchet got shot by Starscream, and they're kind of not doing much after that happened. They fought Brawl for a few minutes, but then they got in a fight with Starscream, and then at the end, of course, Starscream takes off. Now, the one thing I want to say is there's a sequence, awesome fighting sequence, of Starscream versus a whole bunch of F-22 Raptors. And then, during this fight, they're also calling in the airstrike against Megatron. I honestly think Starscream jumped into that, oh, no. Yeah, when I first saw this, I always thought, oh, Starscream must have jumped into that sequence of jets and probably attacked Megatron. And that was my theory for years. Now that I'm thinking about it, right now, at this moment, I doubt that, because this Starscream was actually really incompetent, and they kind of mentioned that he's treacherous, but he didn't show any interest of being treacherous in any of the movies, so I don't see where that's coming from. Yeah, Bumblebee, the whole movie, it just was like, I think they could have fit all the Transformers sequences in maybe 30 minutes, and the rest is just humans running around screaming, freaking out. And like I said, I enjoy Shia LaBeouf, and I enjoy eye candy like Megan Fox. I mean, who doesn't? But I really like the army guy. I think they should have focused more on him. Dealing with we're outgunned, we're outclassed, we need to figure out how to beat these things. I thought that would have made a much more compelling story. I think the side story, the love story, was just it didn't belong in what we were looking for, or what I was looking for in a Transformers series. I mean, even in the old G1 cartoon, they touch on it, but they never, ever focused on it for this long, and sacrificed the Transformers. And see, I don't understand why Hasbro even let that happen, because, the purpose of these things is to sell toys. That's where their market, where their money is to sell toys. And you don't focus on the toys in the movie, so anyway. So that's the first movie, 7 out of 10. It's a fun movie. It's just not what I wanted. I keep saying that. I just, Optimus Prime was weak. Bumblebee was Bumblebee. He wasn't a bug. I kind of enjoyed him in this movie, but not that much. Ironhide and Ratchet really didn't do anything. Jazz got torn in half and didn't do anything. Brawl, he was probably my favorite in that last sequence, because he was the tank and everyone's freaking out. It's like, oh great, that tank's getting back up. Blackout was cool in the beginning, but then he didn't. I mean, he had the ability to level a army base, and yet he didn't level the city when he was there. I don't know. Yeah, I guess next we'll look at the Revenge of the Apollo.